This is Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and the scariest one of all. One night, a raven flew to the Queen's castle to deliver a message. "Why, it's an invitation to the Duke's annual costume ball," the Queen exclaimed. "I, of course, will win first prize for the scariest costume of all." With an evil smile, she summoned her stepdaughter, Snow White. "Gather your royal tailors," she ordered. "I need the scariest costume in the land." "Yes, your Majesty," Snow White replied. Then she walked through the palace and told the tailors about their task. They went to work immediately, trying to come up with scary costumes. "Enough of these drawings," the Queen yelled when she saw what the men were doing. "I want a costume now!" The tailors began to cut and sew as quickly as they could. "Try this, your Majesty," one tailor said. The Queen put her arms into the long sleeves of a shimmering black and silver costume with spindly spider legs. "Wrong! All wrong!" the Queen shouted, looking at herself in the mirror. "Show me something else." "Perhaps a black bat?" the tailors asked. "Or maybe an ugly dragon?" But nothing pleased the Queen. "Do you want to lose your heads?" she shrieked. "Never mind. I'll do this myself." The Queen sneaked down to her laboratory, where she searched through her books for just the right spell. "Let's try this one. Take 1/2 pound of mummy dust, stir in black of night, an old hag's cackle, and a screaming fright." When the ingredients were mixed, the Queen held up the bubbling potion and, quick as a flash, drank it all. At once, she turned into a mean old hag. "That's perfect," she crowed. "Now all I have to do is ask the magic mirror to be sure. Magic mirror on the wall, who is the scariest one of all?" The Queen was shocked by the mirror's answer. "My Queen, your costume is a fright, but the scariest of all will be the fair Snow White." "What?" screamed the Queen. "That can't be!" The Queen hurried down the stairs and found the sweet and lovely Snow White scrubbing the castle floors. "Look at her cleaning! The mirror is surely mistaken," exclaimed the evil Queen. "No one will be scarier than I." Snow White thought she heard a noise and began to turn around. But the Queen didn't want Snow White to see her costume, so she ran back up the stairs. The raven cawed. "Oh," said Snow White, "it must have been a bird." She shrugged her shoulders and went back to work. That night, the Queen made her grand entrance at the ball, sure that she'd be the scariest one there. "What a monstrous costume," said a masked duchess. "I'm sure it's the most frightening costume I've ever seen," added the Duke. "The Queen should win first prize." Everyone agreed. The Queen was about to wrap her bony fingers around the golden trophy when the ballroom doors suddenly blew open. A figure appeared, and a shadow fell over the entire room. "Oh, my!" cried the Duke. "It's a monster!" The creature moved closer. "The castle is under attack!" cried the Duke. "Rack!" The Queen's raven screeched as everyone ran to hide. But the Queen was not afraid. "It is not a monster, you fools," she cried. "It's only a costume." "A costume?" asked the Duke, peeking out from under a table. "It's magnificent," someone exclaimed. "I've never seen one like it." The Duke quickly took the trophy and handed it to the person who'd just come in. "This costume takes the prize," he announced. The other guests cheered. As the creature stopped to thank the crowd, the Queen became furious. There, under the mask, was the gentle face of Snow White. Using the scraps the Queen's tailors had left behind, Snow White had made her own scary costume. "Horrid girl," the Queen muttered. "I should have locked her in the dungeon." Snow White was the hit of the costume ball. The Queen was enraged, but would not let her anger show. She slipped away unnoticed. The Queen returned to her throne room. She realized that Snow White hadn't known it was her in the old hag costume. "Perhaps I'll give the girl a good scare someday," she said. She bit into an apple and began thinking about her costume for next year's ball.